Hello and welcome to this Astranti YouTube video taking a look at how to become a legal executive. This is part of our video series looking at an overarching guide to becoming a legal executive, including the difference between a legal executive and a solicitor, how much legal executives earn, and the fields of law in which they work in. But with this particular video, we're going to be looking at the various different things that you yourself will need in order to become an effective legal executive. How you're actually going to qualify with the Chartered Institute of Legal Executives, and what kinds of personal attributes will stand you in good stead once qualified as a legal executive. And if you do like this video, and if you want to see more of these videos, then please like and subscribe. And also if you want more information on legal executives, becoming a legal executive, the different routes available to you, then please do visit our website www.astranti.com for more information. So let's start. What do you need to become a legal executive? Well, we can start with the obvious one, that you'll need the necessary qualifications. Like a lot of professions, certainly professions within the legal industry, you are going to need qualifications. Now, the entry level into the legal executive qualifications is the Silex Diploma in Law. This is the foundational level. This will qualify you or give you the title of Silex Paralegal, and will then be a springboard to move on to the advanced level, to the professional level, etc. Now, if you have a law degree, then you are able to gain a few exemptions from this foundational level, and depending on what you've covered and your experience, you may be able to jump straight in at the Silex advanced level, or undertake the Silex fast track, which is a special fast track course for people that have got have got law degrees. Now, if you want more information on that, we also have that available on our website. So what are the three levels of qualification? The first one is the Silex Diploma in Law. This is generally around 6 units and gives you a foundation into various different key concepts within law. And once completed, it grants you the title of Silex Paralegal. You can then move on to your advanced level, and this is where you start specializing in areas of law. One of the big differences between a legal executive and a solicitor is that legal executives specialize in a certain field of law earlier on in their qualification process. So this is where you will pick the specific areas of law that you want to specialize in, and it will also teach those more fundamental concepts at a higher level. And then once you have completed that, that will be you completed, with exception of the professional level, and you'll have the Silex Advanced Diploma title, and Advanced Paralegal will be your official job title, so to speak, after that. Once you have completed that, you can move on to the final level, which is the Silex Professional Diploma. Now, this is where you focus again on the specific areas you want to practice. You do it at an even greater level, a very, very high level of depth and detail. And this is what grants you the title Silex Lawyer, and this is what offers you the same rights of audience as a solicitor. Just again to caveat that, that is in that specific area of law. If you are a Silex lawyer who's done their Silex Professional Diploma in, say, family law, then you have the same rights of audience as a solicitor with regards to family law. Different from a solicitor that will have those rights of audience across various different fields of law. So it's necessary to obtain those qualifications. As I mentioned, there may be exemptions and exceptions, and you may be able to enter at different levels depending on what other qualifications you have. For example, if you do the Silex Paralegal Apprenticeship, you can then enter at the advanced level. If you have a law degree, you can do the Silex Fast Track, which teaches a few modules from each of these different diplomas and essentially helps you to catch up on what you would have missed from the foundation level, but also takes into account that certain things you will actually have studied at higher levels in your law degree. But of course, it's not just about having the academic qualifications. There are certain personal skills that are really important for you to have. So if you're looking through the system thinking you have these skills, then perhaps being a legal executive is the right role for you. If you're thinking that's not necessarily my strong suit, then perhaps it's not the route for you. But if it is what you want to do, then perhaps you can then work on these skills. So things like organizational skills, time management skills, really, really important. If you are working for clients, if you're representing clients, you will have a lot of work to do and you must meet certain deadlines. If you are presenting certain cases in court, if you are presenting certain contracts to organizations, as an outsourced law firm or a law department within that, you have to meet these deadlines. There's no, well, I didn't get around to that, I'll do it next week when I've got the chance. You have to do it. This company might be spending millions of pounds for your law firm to draft up all these contracts. You can't just say, I didn't get around to it. So it's very, very important to be able to meet those deadlines, to efficiently manage all your cases and to be organized as well. You don't want cases getting mixed up, and information about one client gets into the file of another client, and you start quoting a position, a standpoint to one client as if they were the other client that you're dealing with. You don't want that to happen either, because it's going to look very unprofessional and it's not going to allow you to do your job effectively. So being able to organize, being able to manage your time, incredibly important, just as is communication skills. Remember, this is very much a personable line of work. It's individuals dealing with individuals through legal documents, through reports, etc. But ultimately, there is a person or an organization, an entity on one end and the other. So effective communication is very important, particularly if you're dealing with people that are not necessarily trained in law. You can't just use all the Latin and complicated terms when you're talking to a client that has no idea what you're talking about. But you have to make sure you converse with them appropriately, because they ultimately need to be taking your advice. They can't take your advice or make decisions based on your advice when they don't understand what you are saying. So the ability to communicate clearly, concisely is vital for the role, for you and your colleagues, and for the relationship between you and your clients. Being able to problem solve is very, very important as well. It's very difficult to be a legal professional. There is a lot of work to do. There is a lot of complicated work to do, and it's not always something that can be solved easily. So being able to read through lots of evidence, lots of statutes, lots of contracts, lots of caseloads, etc., and be able to critically analyze it and make decisions based on it is very, very important. That's how you provide for your clients. That's why they've hired you. If they could do it themselves, they wouldn't hire you. They've hired you to do this analysis, to do this problem solving for them. And as always, with a lot of professional bodies, ethics and professionalism is very, very important. Because remember that when you are a member of a chartered body, like the Chartered Institute of Legal Executives, whether it's you're a lawyer and you're representing the solicitor's authority, etc., you are representing those bodies. They do not want you to be acting in a way that brings the profession, that brings the body, etc., into disrepute. So it's important that you are ethical, it's important that you maintain your confidentiality, you demonstrate integrity, etc., and that you act in the best interests of all parties involved. You're not the classic lawyer that you might have seen on TV trying to scam people, etc. You've got to act ethically, and you are expected to maintain this throughout. You will be expected to provide evidence of your ethical conduct, your professionalism throughout your studies, and infinitum throughout the rest of your career as well. So those are ultimately the things that you need to become a legal executive. Of course, that is not an exhaustive list. There are other traits that are important as well. Being a hard worker, being motivated, being on time, all these things are important. And of course, it's not just about the personal attributes and the legal qualifications, the academic qualifications, you also have to demonstrate your experience. You have to earn a certain amount of experience before you can be a full legal executive. And in the SILEX route, to become a qualified SILEX executive, legal executive, it's called a period of qualifying employment. If you are a solicitor, that's what your training contract is as well. It's the period of time that you are working within the field. You're not yet qualified, but you have at least enough experience of being in a law firm, being in a legal department, whatever it may be, gaining real world experience. And for SILEX, for your SILEX qualifications, generally involves working in a legal role under the supervision of a solicitor, a barrister, or a qualified chartered legal executive. Now, the length of time will depend on the particular courses you're doing, what other experience you may have, and also the qualifications that you are studying for. Now, but once you have met the necessary work experience, you can apply for your membership. So let's say that you have done your SILEX Foundation, you've done your SILEX Advanced, you've done your SILEX Professional, and you also needed 3 years of qualifying employment, and it took you 3 years to earn those academic qualifications, and you were working under the supervision of a solicitor the whole time. You may be able to immediately then apply for your membership. If you do your foundation when you're not working, and then you get a job, once you're already undertaking your advanced qualifications, you may need to then spend another year or so after you've done all your qualifications in qualifying employment before you can apply. So, in short, 3 main requirements for being a legal executive: qualifying employment, the academic qualifications, and the right personal attributes. And if you'd like more information on that, then please do like and subscribe. We'll be putting out more videos about legal executives and other legal professions, as well as actual academic content. And do visit the website www.astranti.com for more information on courses, more information on being a legal executive. And stay tuned for the next video, where I'm going to be talking about how much you can expect to earn as a legal executive. So goodbye for now, and I'll see you for that video.